Day pulls and day trails are the two main terms or concepts that we use to cycle through in a day. So our straight lines or our spokes indicate check-in times or check-in concepts that are called day poles, right? So it's like if you're hiking, you stop where the poles are, you look at your map, you kind of get reorganized, you catch up on your knees, then you go back out on the trail. And we do this every 3 or so hours to kind of not get lost in our day. Think of medicine, right? If we were going to take, this was 6 a.m., we were going to take medicine, we know that by 6 p.m., most of the time, depending on the medicine, it's going to start to half-life or wear off, right? Most medicine lasts sort of 6 to 8 hours. So things sort of fade in their effectiveness as the day goes on. So understanding this concept, we use check-ins to offset that, right? So we call this our self-serve cycle. So each of these components or times of the day or check-in points, right, has a self component where we take care of ourselves first, we refill up on ourselves, and then we go and serve, right? So it's a self-serve cycle. People would say, I can't take care of myself or check in that many times a day. I just don't have time. But sometimes it's not always working out or meditating. Sometimes it's looking at your journal, writing down what you ate, drinking 15, 20 ounces of water, taking 5 minutes, just getting recentered, and then going into the next, right? So we half-life all the time from our workouts, right? Even the greatest workout first thing in the morning, once we get to sort of the afternoon and later in the day, it's going to start to wear off, right? The same energy we had from that the first hour or two after becomes increasing a little bit less. So we use these check-in points both to rehydrate and to reactivate our inner energy. And then we go back into the day trail with our family, with our work, whatever we need to do, our jobs, our careers. And that's the trail. That's putting ourselves out there. But we can't put ourselves out there on the trail all day long just because we had one thing in the morning, right? So we need to understand that we need to constantly throughout the day, every 2 to 3 hours, in ours it's about every 3 hours, check back in with ourself. We take care, we take in, we take care of ourselves, and then we go out and serve. So the concept of the self-serve cycle is repeated multiple times throughout the day, right? The yin yang. Self, taken care of, to serve. Once we've exhausted ourselves, sort of speak, serving, we come back, refill up 15 to 20 minutes. So everything is sort of a 15 or 20 minute cycle, okay? We can do it in less. We can do it in just a 10-minute window. We can do it in a 5 if we don't have time for, there's times where we just can drink our water and get right back into it. And we know we're doing our best, but we also know that in a few hours we would be more worn out or less fresh than if we had been able to do the 15 or 20-minute check-in. That's life, right? It's understanding it first, then having plans to work with it. So first the understanding, then the plans to work with it, the templates, right? So self-serve cycle, key concept or component of all Dayflow, because Dayflow's foundational principles are based on yin yang, right? Balancing everything out. It's not balancing out in homeostasis where we don't do anything. It's having the ups and the downs, like the waves, that create the constant motion. So self is the time in the cycle where it's only 15 or 20 minutes sometimes. We take care of ourselves. Sometimes it's 10 minutes. Then we put that out there for the next 2 hours or so. We serve, right? We can take care of ourselves for 15 or 20 minutes, and we might have another 2 or 3 hours, 2 hours, 2.5 hours of serving. So we take care of ourselves and we serve. We take care of ourselves and we serve. And we do this all day long. And even if we're not interacting with someone, that's still a serve time, right? There's times that we're going to get into later that explain this, but we're always going to fill up on ourselves because we never know what's coming, and we want to be able to give our best from our best place. And so we take care of ourselves to be able to give our best. And so it's not selfish to take care of yourself to give your best, right? If you want to give the most and be the most available and present and at your best, it's logical that we have to first take care of ourselves and then do it and then take care of ourselves again, right? Everything is coupled or matched, just with the opposite. Were you active? Now you need recovery. Were you recovering? Now you need activity. It's this opposite cycle, this self-serve cycle, that we repeat 1, 2, 3, 4, sometimes even 5 times in a day, right? If we can get 3, 1, 2, 3, even 4, we start to feel really interconnected, and we feel like we have enough energy to do what we're doing because we know we just replenished in the self cycle. Now we have energy to serve, but equally important, we know we have another self cycle coming back around. It gets sort of uneasy when we have to put ourselves out there and serve and expend energy if we don't know when we're going to be able to recover that. So the more we practice these templates, practice these habits and routines on certain check-in times, and have default strategies on times we can't do those, and we trust those and practice those, we really start to have faith that we can put our energy out there, because we know the next cycle right after that is a recover cycle or a serve cycle. Self cycle, I'm sorry. So self, serve. Take care of ourselves, we go and serve. We take care of ourselves and we serve. It's that simple. Now the details of how we do that, of course, that fills in, but the concept first you have to understand and take. We want to alternate. It's not going hard all day or avoiding activity all day to stay neutral. It's the opposite. It's creating waves early, taking care of yourself, and then putting in the work in the serve, giving back to the world, the community, the greater, whatever that is for you. Then going back, take care of yourself a little bit, then give back out, then take care of yourself, then put out in the world, then take care, then give out in relationships, then take care, right, in family. So we can, and then the greater one, this is more, we're putting out a lot and then we're recovering, right? So we see these cycles play out on a larger scale throughout the whole day, and then a smaller scale in little ultradian rhythms every 2 to 3 hours throughout our day. So this concept is huge. So please think about and focus on this concept. All you need to really think about is, are you taking care of yourself? And for up to 15 or 20 minutes if available, even 5 or 10 minutes, are you even thinking about yourself? And then you do a 2 or 3 hour serve cycle, and then back to self. Then back, self, then serve, self, then serve, self, then serve. Are you able to sort of fluctuate that in your day? The Dayflow templates in the journal are all about that. It's built in. That's how you alternate, so you'll kind of see that. But it's important not just to see it in the journal, but to understand the concept of why you're trying to do it, because life is going to obviously throw a lot of changes in it, and we can't always be perfectly structured. But when you understand the principle, we can apply this to the ever-changing landscape of our day. When we don't understand the principle and are just stuck on following the journal, the template, and something changes, we feel lost, right? But if we understand the principle, we feel like a navigator. We're controlling it, like, how can I create something new and create something new out of this, and do this there and do this there to get back to here. And we really get to develop and make these fun play frames. So really have fun with this. Make this a play frame, a way of seeing your day, a lens through to see your day through the self-serve cycle. And how many times can you get through the self-serve cycle? The more often you can do it in a day, the fresher, more energized, and yet rewarded you're gonna feel, and proud of yourself and excited. So give this a try. Look at this as a whole. Yes, it's in the journal, but also understand the principles behind it, and give yourself credit. All the science, all the research too, is going to say that this is exponentially more productive, both for whatever you're trying to accomplish outwardly. So to the world, you actually will be more accomplished. You'll be doing more things, even though it doesn't seem like you're taking care of yourself more. On the inside, you'll be taking care of yourself more, so you'll be getting healthier, right? So you're getting healthier and you're getting more productive. What else could you ask for? Healthier and more productive using the self-serve cycle. Give it a whirl.